How hard is it to make a music box? Let's find out, shall we? Hey everyone, today I'm going to be working on something new, fun and interesting. It is Starry Night. The maker is Rokr, R-O-K-R, and anyway, this is going to be like a double review because I'm going to be getting this from a store called Woodality, because I'm trying as much as possible to get puzzles either from like charity shops and I'm helping out a good cause, or from small independent new businesses to help them out. You know, give the little guy a helping hand, because after all, Amazon gets way too much money. There's like two main reasons why I picked out this one over the others, because there are so many I really want to do. My little girl is currently obsessed with planets and the solar system. If I have to hear her go like, Saturn, Neptune, one more time, I may genuinely lose it. But considering she's 2, I think that's quite good. So yeah, it's not a correct solar system, but it's got the idea. Because like you've got the sun, say Mercury or whatever, the Earth and Moon, and then like 3 other celestial bodies. So a long way from a real solar system, or at least our solar system, but it's pretty. And it plays Midnight from Cat, which I have to actually really rather like. And the other main reason is it's cheap and cheerful. And if I'm trying out a new shop, I want to get something on the cheaper end, if I'm being perfectly honest. Ooh, I just realised my voice is slightly echoing while I'm talking. I'm hoping that doesn't show up too much on the video, so sorry if it does. But yeah, if this turns out as good as I hope it will, I will definitely be getting more. So, should we take a look inside? So, who's ready to have a look inside? As you can see from the packaging, they've gone with a darker colour scheme, which does help to make the model itself pop without making it dark and gloomy. A bit like the Cloudsberry packaging. You've got mechanical music box, Starry Night, and the picture of the model on the back, on the sides. RKR Starry Night on the bottom and on the top as well. So go more into depth with the front. Chapter 5. Love is the gift, like the sun lights the stars. And got a QR code, which will take you to a YouTube video, which shows this and 3 or 4 other models in motion. Sadly, you don't hear the music. So if I just turn it over, oh wait. Self-assembly, which is the whole point of me having it. Gear driven, could be tricky and fiddly. Optional colourful planets. I'm looking forward to that one. And to be honest, I might not be the one making the choices on that one, as this is mostly for my little girl, if I'm being perfectly honest. On the back, got your standard warnings. You know, the good old don't let near a child under 3. I have interest, are kids under 3 allowed to touch anything? It's always under 3 in these health warnings, isn't it? And that's in a number of different languages, about 5 to be exact. Now, I've seen these in motion in the video that they have in the front. And I must admit, that one and that one, I reckon that my mum would quite love. But I would happily do all of them. To be honest, I'd probably end up doing that one twice, once for me and once for my mum. 84 pieces, difficulty 4 out of 5. Size is 135 by 135 by 155 millimeters. So that is not a million miles off life size. Could be fun to compare the two when done. So let's get the cellophane off. You know, I'm not normally a fan of like a grey colour scheme, but this is actually quite pleasant. It's probably because if it's a bluey grey, it's making it quite pleasant. Right, so what I should mention is this is actually really, really light. Okay, so plastic. Okay, let's see what we've got. So that might be wax. Little plasticky bits. Or planets. Pins, screws. That's going to be so handy the next time I break my glasses. I mean, grown-up thoughts. Got a fair few different planets. I definitely have plenty of choice for planets. No, I'd imagine that's a big part of the turning. Here we have the actual music part. Not bad. I'm sure that once it's getting played at a better speed, it'll sound even better than me just randomly pushing it and hoping for the best. Okay, so the instructions themselves aren't too bad. Definitely seen worse. But there's a lot of them. Well, I should really clarify, there's a lot of parts to each part. But just look at how much there is to part 6. Looks like that could potentially be the most fiddly part, because that's putting the actual planets together. Oh, the final moving part. But at a quick glance, I don't think this is going to be too awful. Then we've got our actual pieces. It looks like it should be fairly easy to work out what piece goes where. Well, with the numbers. Pen, come to the rescue again. Carefully. There we go. I don't want to stain anything. A little bit of sandpaper. A bit sticky, I think. Like stickers. Okay, and it goes across 5 cards. This is going to be fun. I can't wait. So due to time constraints, I'm only actually going to give this an hour tonight. So I better get the good old shimmy and a shake on. So let's crack on. that just lovely? Okay, I do have to say that this had a little bit of an accident. Remember me saying that my little girl really likes planets? She really does. And after I finish this, I put this down on a reasonably high level and I had a nap. That was mistake number 1. Mistake number 2 was she was awake. I woke up to her having pulled off like 3 of the planets. She pulled the sun off, she'd pulled the hoops off, and she was working on the sun stand. She'd actually bent this one. When I first woke up, this wasn't moving at all. From how she'd bent this, she'd jammed it. These, like, she snapped that one here and here, snapped this one in half, and we've actually lost a little bit of wood there. That one was fine, it just come off. Now, as an annoying as that was, the rest of it survived. Just goes to show how sturdy this is when it's put together. So, even though I'm obviously annoyed that it got damaged, and I actually just spotted something that I hadn't really before. 6 stars. Sorry, the more that I look at this, the more that I actually notice little bits of detail. And the detailing is exquisite. Like the stars that you have on this ring here. Chef's kiss, beautiful. Whoops. Just gently push that back. It does have a definite front. Where it's got the brand name here is definitely the front without a shadow of a doubt. It's still beautiful from basically any angle, but looking at it from there, that's your best. I like these little stars here, and the fact that, as you will have seen in the time lapse, you actually make a tool to be able to get the hole distance here, and the tool that you also use to help get your bits out, that also helps you to get the distances right. So that's all, the last thing you want is this to spin around and then jam up on there. Now, it did come with some wax, and I would say that you definitely feel the benefit of waxing the gears without a shadow of a doubt. Because when I first ran it, it was a little slow, as the wax was like working its magic, so it definitely needed doing. Do keep hold of it in case you need to like, tune up a later date if you get one. Something that was a bit annoying is in these you got like a little rubber ring, so then you could put the metal pole in and it would stay in the right place. The only thing is it's so tight that it was really easy to, like, say here, for example, where you need it to stop there. It was so easy for it to just go further, and it was so hard to get it to come back to where you needed it. But a little inconvenience like that, worth it. Like these bits here, it's got like the little slitty bits of wood to make it so then you can actually bend it around the corner. I've never come across that before, so that was new. I've also never done a music box before. Another new thing. And for the most part the pieces did clip together nice and easy, you know, minus the rub. When it comes to wood, they did tend to click together nice and easy. It had a lovely feel to it, very satisfying, and a nice smell. That slightly singed wood smell, love it. As weird as that may sound, it's quite a pleasant smell. I didn't find it overly fiddly, like building up the levels, it wasn't overly fiddly. Very satisfying. You felt like you were making good progress without feeling like you were going too quickly and you weren't getting like the bang for your buck. Because let's face it, you want to go reasonably quick to feel like you're making progress, but you also don't want it to go so fast that you feel like it wasn't worth your time. I think this is like a good balance between quick and satisfying. Okay, I gave this a difficulty of 4 out of 5. Personally, I'd say it's probably a little lower than that. It's definitely one of the more intricate puzzles of this style that I've done to date. But I think 4's a bit high. I'd call it a 3, to be perfectly honest. But a very pleasant 3, if that makes any sense at all. The thing is, I've got to work out where on earth I'm going to put this so then it's visible, but the little darling's not going to rip it apart again. Because I don't know how many times it could survive that. Because after all, 3D puzzles do not like to be taken apart. Doesn't matter what they're made out of, they don't like it. At least that's what I found. Reality. The website that they've got, I personally found that very easy to navigate, very clear, with a fairly decent selection of models for sale at the moment. There is a few that I really want to get. There is an owl clock, a zodiac clock, and like a bigger, more intricate version of this. I think they are probably the top 3 that I want right now. I don't know when I'll get them, but I will. I've found customer service so far to be absolutely excellent, and delivery times have also been brilliant. When I ordered this, I got it a day early, and when I ordered it, I also got it a day early. I may have ordered another one. So how's that for proof I like it? The pricing, I personally think is fair. When it comes to 3D puzzles, they are on the more expensive side, particularly as these ones are made out of wood. But at £32 for Starry Night, I think that was perfectly adequate. I don't feel like I've been robbed at all. If anything, it probably deserved to be more, because it was such a joy to do. It really genuinely was. Right up until my little girl decided to try and destroy it. It stopped being so much fun then. As they are a newer company, they don't have the widest selection right now, but I'm itching to see what they do end up with. As I'm sure anyone who watches my channel or looks at my Instagram or my TikTok are aware, I am a huge fan of 3D puzzles. And I think I may have found a source that I'm going to be sticking with for a while. Really looking forward to see how the range does progress. So I will leave a link in the description below. They currently have a sale on, so why don't you go check it out. I highly recommend Starry Night for one. As I've already mentioned, there are a few others there that I think are absolutely gorgeous, and I do want to have a go. And I'm aware that this sounds like a sales pitch, but I'm not being paid to do this. I do this because I want to. Because I do want to do more videos for independent retailers as much as I can. So, what do you reckon? Will you give a 3D puzzle a go if you haven't already? Would you give Starry Night a go? Happy puzzling everyone, and I hope to see you all again real soon. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I look forward to hearing from you. Bye everyone.